Hello friends, I am a Ukrainian who does not leave the territory of his country. I would like to tell you what is really happening at the front with the help of animation and information that the armed forces of Ukraine are sending us. Support my work by liking it and also believe in our victory. The Ghosts of Bakhmut, a unit of elite snipers, hunters of valuable targets, who terrify the occupiers and make their blood run cold. They often hunt them down. A group of about 20 soldiers has been operating on the outskirts of Bakhmut for the past 6 months. Their base is within range of Russian artillery, but the ghosts do not even flinch from the explosions. The snipers have eliminated 524 occupants. They are not proud of this, saying that they do not kill people but destroy the enemy. Over the past 6 months, several members of the team have been injured, including the commander with the call sign Ghost, but none of them has been killed. And now the details along the entire front line. At the end of the second month of summer, Lugansk region, Svatove direction, there is a positive trend. Out of all the villages occupied by the enemy since its offensive in the Svatove sector, it controls only one settlement, Serhiivka. Nadia village is liberated, Novoyegorivka is partially liberated. These settlements contain up to 5 houses. There is still a large potential of the enemy in terms of weapons and manpower, and it is likely that they will try to break through again in the near future. The situation in the direction of Kreminna is difficult. The enemy's local offensive continues to this day. The pressure has been high since winter, but the courage of our fighters prevents Russian from advancing despite the great advantage of equipment and everything they have. Donetsk region. According to the occupation authorities, the Ukrainian armed forces are advancing in the area of Mayorsk near Horlivka. The Ukrainian authorities neither deny nor confirm this information, but if Russia has raised this topic, it means that they are already preparing the people for the fact that the occupiers will have to retreat from that territory. In Bakhmut, counteroffensives began in the fall, cutting off flanks and taking heights. August 2 marks a year since the battle for the city began. 10 months later, Bakhmut was taken and our soldiers held the line for 10 months. Here, we continue to put pressure on the enemy on the southern flank, and the northern flank is standing because of the large number of troops that arrive almost daily from Paraskoviivka and Soledar. Fighting continues in Klishchyivka, on the outskirts of Andriivka and Kurdyumivka. Avdiivka and Marinka are a nightmare for the Russian Federation. Since 2014, the front line has not advanced much. Only the center of Marinka was captured 6 months ago, and there have been continuous assaults. In the Berdyansk sector, our soldiers launched counter-offensive actions, which have resulted in the liberation of 7 settlements and the liberation of at least 2 more. Along the Zaporizhia front, the situation is understandably difficult because of Russia's extensive defenses, trenches and minefields. Sooner or later, any defense is breached, and this is followed by the front falling to the second line, which of course costs lives. If we look back at our successful counteroffensive operations and the Kharkiv operation, which is recognized as the most successful since the Second World War, the enemy always retreated to the second line and managed to save their personnel, abandoned their equipment and fled. And yes, the Ukrainian armed forces reached the first line of defense last week, and there is absolutely zero doubt that they will break through it, because Ukraine has not even deployed half of the brigades that were created for the offensive, not to mention the fact that not all the brigades involved in these operations have been brought into the battle, meaning that up to 60% of one brigade may or may not be involved. But there will be a breakthrough in the defense, and it will be significant for us and for the Russian army. They will face the question of either dying here and now or retreating to favorable lines as was the case during the Kiev operation, Chernihiv, Sumy, Balaklia, Kupiansk, and of course Kherson. Ukrainian defense forces destroyed 16 pieces of equipment and 7 enemy depots in the Tavria sector over the last day, including tanks, howitzers, artillery systems and mortars and vehicles. These are the events known today, friends. Thank you to everyone who helps Ukraine in this war, and to those who support us and those who wish Ukraine victory.